I'll tell you what, next fiscal year, Mary needs a guy to figure out all that Shrek money. It's going to be tough.
It is.
Hey, Don Jamieson is here. We haven't seen him in person in a long time.
I come in pajamas.
You want to stand? You want to stand?
I think I'm standing
He's
for this.
standing. He's like Elton John.
Yeah.
Now we got to move your camera.
Got to move my yes.
And get you in frame there.
Just trek through the beautiful Cleveland storm to get here.
Yeah, what's going on out there? Is it just pouring and?
Oh, it's nasty, Alan.
Yeah.
It's just nasty. You know, it's a great day, especially for people who had tickets to the Yankees-Indians game.
Yeah.
To come out to the Funny Stop for some comedy to cure those sports woes that you have.
I thought you were going to say that you had Yankees tickets here in Cleveland, and are you? I don't even know. Are you a Yankees fan? I mean, do you care?
I was going to see, first of all, if you could get me on the list for tomorrow.
Yeah,
now they have a noon game, right?
Yeah. Mid doubleheader.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
noon and 6. Yeah.
Probably could if you want to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love that because when I go out of town, I like to go to sporting events, and although I am a Mets fan, I would like to see the Indians kick the Yankees' butt tomorrow.
Yeah. Don is at the Funny Stop this weekend down in Cuyahoga Falls. There has to be a phone number people can call to get tickets.
Oh, geez. I would say call 330-923-4700. And, the fine folks there are going to give you a really good deal for this weekend.
Really? Amazing.
I can't even advertise it.
You can also go to funnystop.com for the details, too. But we've had Don on the show a bunch of times. You know him back in the day from that 70s show is what I was going to call it.
I'm the guy without the rape charges.
There you go. Yeah. And we were off the air before we were going out. We were talking about the angst of signing with a management company. We were talking to Mary about this before and how exciting that can be for somebody's career, but also how it's a leap of faith. It's very much like you're like, okay, I'm taking this body of work that I have created and am continuing to create, and I'm really kind of very much putting it somewhat in your hands and hoping that you can, shepherd it properly, as it were.
Yeah, shepherd it. Well, Bill will know this feeling as well as I do many times over the years, and I felt that angst as I was driving in and hearing Mary talk about it, and congratulations on your move to New York and the big city and all that. Yeah. I have no advice. I just
perfect. Even better.
But have comics, you go with your instinct. That's
I was
going to
say, have you always kind of been a lone wolf in that regard?
I've had agents and stuff over the years, and I've been with some big agencies, but the problem is, you got to be hot at the moment.
Yes.
Otherwise you move down to the bottom of the pack. I'll tell you this, Mary. The best person my best agent ever was a guy who lived at the Jersey Shore who booked me out of his mom's basement.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, because to him, it's a big deal that he's got Don Jamieson.
Yes.
You're with like a big agency. They're like, well, we have all these people, and we also have Don Jamieson, and we have, But yeah, there's the pecking order, obviously.
Yeah, and I would, you get tired of being the tax write-off after a while, and you want to work, but you don't want to be 15th on the list. So,
right.
So yeah, it's like any relationship. You're a happily married man, but if you weren't, you'd be happier to be alone.
Yeah. Oh, and I was for a while. In between marriages. I mean, there's times when you're by yourself. But I think about, my agent has passed away, but my agent had like the massive names in radio. My joke all the time was he had all of the big names in radio and me because he had Mancow and O&A and all those, and me because he liked me and he liked what I did, whatever. But I'm like, but I'm not. I'm lucky to have this guy.
And look who's still doing it.
Hey, look who's still alive, everybody.
And that's the thing, though, Mary. I mean, now that I think about it, that is actually a decent piece of advice, which is find someone who would book you out of their basement.
Yeah.
Or represent you out of their basement that believes in you so much that they'll do whatever it takes.
I mean, this guy works with an agency, but he sought me out. Like, he had been following me on social media and had seen me over the years and watched videos or specials and seen me in person a couple times. And then he came to a show that I did here in Brooklyn after I moved to the city. And he hit me up and was like, I'm so glad you're in town. I'd love to talk next steps. And we just met on Tuesday of this week. So things are, moving pretty quick, but it's very exciting.
I don't like him. I don't like the sound of him. He's coming to your shows. He's invested in your career. He wants to meet.
Doesn't sound like anybody we've ever worked with.
Sending you writing packets and voiceover auditions. Get this guy out of here. Can I get that Jersey Shore basement guy?
This is very suspicious compared to what we've experienced.
Hey, are you on Bumble? I do a lot of my best work there, and I was curious. So how are you doing out there on the road? I know you're getting ready to drop. You're dropping a new CD soon, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, a week from today.
Yes.
My new album, No Sleep Till McSorley's.
Yes.
Which is for people who don't know, have never traveled east to New York City. It's the oldest pub in New York. Opened in 1854. Abraham Lincoln drank in McSorley's. And that's where we recorded this album, of course, based on the Motorhead classic live album, No Sleep Till Hammersmith.
Yep. We can always count on Don Jamieson to keep the heavy metal and the rock and roll intertwined with the comedy.
Always.
That's why we love about
Yes, I interlace them, I intertwine them, I inbreed them
Yes.
in every way possible because I am from South Jersey. And it was meant to be, Alan, because have you, either of you guys, or Mary, have you been to McSorley's?
I've been there,
McSorley's.
yes.
Yeah.
So McSorley's, like I said, old pub, sawdust on the floor, big, wooden tables, and
Family still owns it.
same family,
Yeah.
right? And you sit down at the table, you got 3 or 4 friends with you, but there's 6 other chairs open, so they put anyone who walks in, they put them with you, and you actually, God forbid, have a conversation throughout the day as you're drinking McSorley's ales, light and dark, and you sit there and you solve the world's problems with people from Canada, Norway, wherever they're from, and it's a great day. It's the real social media instead of people sitting in a bar looking at their phone.
Well, just
Right.
socialization, yeah. Just
Did you
socializing.
did you do a gig there first and then start hanging out, or was it the other way? Is this like a go-to spot for you, and you were like, hey, I should do a show here?
Go-to spot
Yeah.
to hang.
Yeah.
But they've never done shows in there.
I was going to say, that doesn't strike me as a place that would be like, we're doing comedy night now.
No,
Yeah.
they'd have, like on St. Patrick's Day, they have somebody come in with an accordion
Right,
and
yes.
that kind of thing. But no, we were sitting there one Sunday afternoon, day drinking, and in 1 hour, I put the whole thing together.
Yeah.
I came up with if I can do it here, it's going to be No Sleep Till McSorley's because I didn't want to do Motorhead. So I got that down. I got the owner of McSorley's on the phone and asked her if I could record my album there. And I said, my guys are with me. They'll build a stage. They'll bring the PA system in. I said, how much to rent it out for the night? And she said, how long you been coming here? I said, 30 years. She goes, you paid enough.
Oh, that long you've been going
Aw.
there?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. That's awesome.
So
That's
they
so
gave it
cool.
to me for free. I go, don't worry, my crowd's going to drink, the McSorley's ale when they come in. And then I texted Motorhead's manager, Todd Singerman, asked if I could use the Motorhead font for my name.
Yep.
Nice.
He wrote back right away.
No.
Anything you want. No.
Absolutely not.
Exactly
Who
what
is
I was
this?
expecting. Yes.
Yeah.
And he said anything you want. So
Yeah, that's
so
great.
of course a couple more beers, and I email him back and I go, could I use the actual artwork from the album? And he writes back, absolutely. I'll get
Yeah.
you high res versions
That's
of it.
awesome.
That's so cool, man.
Then I texted Motorhead's guitar player Phil Campbell, asking if he'd do the guitar intro and outro.
He's the last man standing, right?
He is the last
Yeah.
man standing.
Yep.
And then I renegotiated my deal with Metal Blade because I'm with Metal Blade Records,
Yep.
the heavy metal
In
label.
good company.
Yep. So I emailed them quickly and said, "You guys want to do another CD with me?" And they said yes. And it all came together in an hour of day drinking.
That's beautiful. Somebody just did a huge write-up on McSorley's. I don't think it was in New York Times. It was in Bloomberg or something about this place, the oldest bar in New York. It's been around forever, still the same family running it, and how they survived COVID. They're like a lot of places did not. And for a place that's been around as long as McSorley's has, it was a great, very interesting piece.
Yeah, well,
not long ago.
It's like, Waffle House. When Waffle House closes, there's a natural disaster, right? So
Yeah.
if McSorley's goes down, so does New York City.
Yeah.
I believe that. But they own the building, obviously, and
Yes.
now after all these years, and but they did like everybody else. They put the outdoor drinking section out there, and they stayed alive. And
But being owners is what kept them alive, too.
Oh, yeah.
When you own the property, I mean,
This is
you're
awesome.
golden. So.
yeah.
This is and like that. There's a picture of you performing at McSorley's, and it's a tight little room, but I bet it pops real good in there. Like the laughs hit real good because it's low ceilings. Kind of ideal comedy situation. and then just the history and everything come together. This is incredible, man. All right,
Thanks, Bill.
Any chance you're doing a vinyl release or?
There's every chance, of
Yeah!
course.
That's what I want.
Alan was already smiling because he knows
I know.
how old school I am.
Yeah.
And so McSorley's, the other thing about it is they only have McSorley's ale, light and
Yeah.
dark. There's no wine. There's no
Yeah.
booze. There's nothing. No, you can't order a Coke, nothing.
Yeah.
It's either light or dark McSorley's ale. So the vinyl will come out on light ale color vinyl or dark ale.
Oh man, that rules.
Vinyl color.
That's
That's awesome. Yeah, that's great.
But I do want to say, just quickly, I just want to say,
So
I
you're
love,
selling me two is basically what you're saying because
yes,
I want both.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
I too- of course,
Yeah.
the insane collector like
Yeah.
we are has to have both. But as much as I love to do, obviously, the packaging with my favorite bands, my favorite rock or metal bands,
Yeah.
what's on the inside is for everybody.
Oh, I see.
Just your average comedy fan who might come out to the Funny Stop tonight and tomorrow,
in
7:30.
Cuyahoga
Hey.
Falls. Yes.
330-923-4700. Get your tickets. I believe they're doing a little dealy deal right now if you call.
No, I don't want to say.
I don't want to say. You go to funnystop.com too for the information.
My buddy Jimmy Kilius is featuring for you this weekend, and it's his first weekend featuring at the Funny Stop, and he's thrilled because he's a big fan of you, and he's
Is he
he's like-
nervous?
I'll put
He's
it into that.
incredibly nervous, so
Yeah.
be mean to him.
Yes.
and then be like,
Haze
"No,
him."
Bill told me to." Like,
Yeah.
he's a really funny dude, and he's a good time, and
Cool.
he was very excited to have this weekend with you because he's kind of a rock guy too. So
Are you cutting across a broad swath of the country or no? Are you just kind of going out and doing a handful of dates?
Random as
Yeah.
my career usually goes.
Right.
But I got a album release party next Friday in Atlantic City. And,
Yep.
And then scattered stuff. But yeah, I mean, post all my dates on my social media as do we all.
Does summertime mean you at festivals, like music festivals, doing stand-up or no?
I
Is that-
used to do it more.
I know
yeah.
more. I didn't know if that was still like,
COVID kind of phased out the comedy stages.
did it really? Not the comedy stages, but I mean, like you guys would be up in front of bands sometimes.
Yeah, we've
I didn't
done
know
that.
if that was still like a thing or.
That the big festivals aren't doing it as much anymore for whatever reason. But Bill knows because we used to do the one in Columbus
Yeah.
every year. So no, yeah, but I still go out and I still open for bands. I just did the Monsters of Rock cruise for
Okay.
the 10th year in a row.
How
which
was
is-
that?
Yeah, I mean it's the Love Boat with STDs. I mean, I don't know.
So it's the Love Boat.
So who were the bands on this year for Monsters of Rock? Was it more of like an '80s thing, or was it?
It always is.
It always
Yeah.
is. Okay.
Yeah, so it's the it's the USS Mullet of the Seas.
Yes.
It's Winger, it's Queensryche,
Okay.
it's
bands you've known for a long
Tesla,
time.
all your
Yeah.
favorite 40 your favorite bands.
Yeah.
Floating around the Caribbean.
Right. With probably not a single one of them with all the original members, right?
oh.
Like Todd singing for Queensryche now, and it's kind of a mishmash. It's fun though. I always think of these bands that have been doing it for so long, and you end up like, if you're lucky, you have one original member, but you're still going out and getting to play the songs you wrote or the songs you know.
Yeah, and some of the bands are still touring in a big way, like Armored Saint and Queensryche.
Yeah,
Both out
they're here
together.
like next week, I think, in Cleveland.
Yeah, so those guys still have a really strong fan base. But some of these bands, honestly, they had maybe a minor hit in the late '80s
Mm-hmm.
that our group would still know, but that's the gig of the year.
Right.
That's
That
their
cruise.
gig, and maybe like the local Wawa, in Jersey, one other, and that's the 2 gigs a year. So
Right.
Monsters of Rock cruises, you're like the king of the world.
Right.
On that.
Wawa's dropping the gobbler. Come see Trickster. One of those, right?
Yes.
Just say, give it to me, and they'll sing you the song, and they'll give you the gobbler. Yeah, no, that'd be fun, though, because there's nobody on that cruise who was like, I didn't know it was going to be like this, And there's a whole bunch of those. That cruise has been going for so long. There's all these copycats now. There's one called like 30 million pounds of metal. That's like a hardcore like metal cruise. But like Monsters of Rock would be fun.
Yeah, 70,000 tons of metal.
Is that what it's called? 70,000 tons of metal?
Yeah, and I'm not sure if that was the one, but one, recently like crashed into one of the docks and like, so, and that's metal.
That's very metal,
You
yeah.
can't
Right.
get mad at that.
Yeah. Don Jamieson is back in Cuyahoga Falls doing the Funny Stop. That is tonight. That is tomorrow night, 7:30 and 9:30 both nights. Yes?
Sir.
And then there's no Sunday dinner show with Don Jamieson. He'll be back on the road by then.
I will, but if
Yeah.
you want to buy me a delicious stadium beer tomorrow at the Yankee game.
Yeah, right.
At the
Yankee
Jake
Guardians.
over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna go over there. Bill put me on the list.
I'm working on it right now.
As the
forgot about it for a
FM
second,
flagship
yes.
station.
But we have to give a dedication to our dearly dearly Pete from the Funny Stop.
Fallen friend.
Our fallen, our soldier, our comedy warrior as he was. And, I have a little dedication this weekend. I'm doing my entire act in Lebanese. So,
Nice.
Beautiful.
Hey.
Hummus is half off.
a lot of people are saying it's actually funnier that way.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
This isn't the first time you've been back since he passed, is it? You've been back a couple times.
I mean, it hasn't even been a year. So
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Is it the first time?
Yeah.
He was in Lebanon for a month the last time I was here.
Mhm.
Okay.
He was on that trip
Yeah.
to visit family and everything. And so then when he came back is when it happened. It was
Yeah.
shortly after.
Is the vibe weird over there now, Bill?
I mean,
Like,
it's different for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, Nadal is doing a great job running the club still. And Mary was just there and had
There's no
great
one
shows.
screaming at you
Yeah,
from
it's-
the back.
yeah, no one goes,
That's
"Eh,
pretty different.
Your hair is long, you're gay. Like, there's not that, and it feels weird not hearing that. Like, it's, Bill Squire, why you still so fat? Like, that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. But,
Wow.
But you know what hasn't changed?
You can feel it.
The phone number.
That's right.
What's the phone number? I forget. I mean, I keep
how could you
forgetting.
forget
330-923-4700?
Yes.
It just off the top of my head, it came to me. I don't know why.
One of my favorite memories of Pete is, I recorded my album Communication Breakdown there.
Yeah.
And I, of course, wanted Pete to do the introduction for
Yeah.
the album. And I wanted him to be the first person that people heard when they put the album on, because you know how he introduces people. He's hyped up, he's excited, he's all over the place. It's, some of it's not understandable. And so he does it, and it's as predicted. It's, glorious train wreck.
Yeah.
And then he comes up after, he goes, "Can I record that again? I want to get it perfect." And I go ask my producer, Dan. He'll record after the show. He'll record as many as you want. So he's on the mic for 20, and I go to Dan, "Don't record any of this. Let him do it as many times as he wants, but don't record any of them." Because
Yeah.
I got exactly what I needed.
Right.
But I also like that he was so fixated on trying to get what he thought would be the perfect one, right?
Yeah.
Don't record any of those.
No.
Yeah. So the new album is, you can pre-order it now on Metal Blade Records, and
Or
it's
iTunes, the
all that
the
stuff.
streaming stuff.
Yep.
The kids are doing it.
it's out a week from today. Today's the 12th. It's out the 19th.
If
Ve-
our math is correct.
But they can get it tonight, I would imagine, too.
well,
Can
and
they
can,
buy it tonight?
They can get physical copies of the CD tonight.
Yes.
Yes.
And I
And
can.
tomorrow.
There's a deal I can talk about. I'm doing 2-for-1 CDs tonight. You buy my new CD. There you go. I get a bell for that.
Yeah.
And you get the CD that I recorded there, Communication Breakdown, the aforementioned CD.
Yes. Wow.
That's
What a
deal.
If you've ever wanted to be part of the Don Jamieson multiverse, this is how you do it, right? Where did you do Denim and Laughter? Where did you record that? Governors or someplace, or
Why would you just throw out Governors?
I don't know.
randomly?
Why not? Didn't you record something there?
No, I recorded a place where the governor would have got angry if he or she had known, because I recorded in a speakeasy
Nice.
in Los Angeles, literally an illegal bar that
Yeah.
Los Angeles County had no idea existed, and it was done up in that style.
Yeah.
Full bar and service.
Oh, a
and-
legit speakeasy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, because there's a lot of places they call them speakeasies, but it just means you got to open a door to a vending machine and then walk back there, right? It's like a hipster joint or something.
Right.
You mean like a full-on, this place might get raided.
Yeah.
Yeah, speakeasy. That's pretty sweet.
Which would have been a great ending to the album had
right.
that happened.
Yeah. Denim and Laughter and Multiple Arrests by Don Jamieson is how. Who are you on Instagram? You're probably not on Twitter anymore, right? Is it Real Don Jamieson?
No,
It
I'm
used
on-
to be on.
I'm
Are you
on
on
the
Twitter?
X. Sure.
On the X, yeah.
Real Don Jamieson.
Real Don Jamieson. Don Jamieson Official is the Instagram handle.
And Facebook.
All over the place.
Yeah.
Don't forget that I in there. Some
Thank
people,
you, Bill.
yeah.
That's right.
Jamie.
Yes.
SON.
Yes.
Yes.
The other thing I'm sad about Pete's passing is they might actually spell my name right on the marquee.
Were they
Not
spelling it with no
likely, yeah.
no I or
Different every
no
time.
S, no J?
It's Ron Jamieson.
Yeah,
It's
Ron
just all sorts of-
Jamieson. Don Jamieson at the Funny Stop in Cuyahoga Falls tomorrow night. No Sleep Till McSorley's. The new album, Available, physical copies tonight after the late, great Lemmy and Motorhead. And DonJamieson.com for all the details. Always good to see you, buddy.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you
guys
for
so
coming
much.
in. Be safe out there. All right, I got to take a break. What's the phone number again? I want to make sure I don't forget it over there for the funny stuff. 330-923-4700, I think. If I'm remembering it correctly off the top of my head.
Good deals to be had.
The deals to be had, right. Call them and just say, hey, are there Don Jamieson deals to be had? I'm sure they'll answer in the affirmative, yes. You can go to funnystuff.com, too. All right, we'll take a break. You want to get a text in for anything? 35192, and we'll be back.
It's the Alan Cox Show.
On our free iHeartRadio app and your favorite smart device. Just tell it to play the Alan Cox Show.
On iHeartRadio.
From the Universal Windows Direct Weather Center, WMMS Weather.
Showers and windy for your Friday with gusts of 45 to 50 miles per hour possible. Temps steady in the 40s. Lingering showers tonight. Still windy with overnight lows in the low 40s. Gradually becoming partly to mostly sunny for your Saturday. Highs in the upper 50s.
This report is sponsored by Take 5 Car Wash. Take 5 Car Wash has out-of-this-world membership prices. Get unlimited washes every month for the price of one wash. Pay for one wash and wash as much as you'd like every month until you move to Mars. You won't need your car there, right? Wait, will you? Anyways, join Take 5 Unlimited today.
Our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Awards. Streaming now on Hulu.
Find out what the winners had to say.
Ladies and gentlemen,
iHeart Innovator Award recipient, Beyonce.
Innovation starts with a dream, but then you have to execute that dream, and that road can be very bumpy.
Best New Artist, Jelly Roll.
To be the best new country artist and the best new pop artist, you don't know what this means to a kid like me.
Multi-award winner, SZA.
We didn't succumb to the pressure of needing to have the perfect writers, the perfect producers. We just did us.
iHeart Icon, Cher.
From my own experience, if you have a dream and you stick with it, it probably will come true.
Artist of the Year, Taylor Swift.
iHeart, you've all just been so incredibly supportive over the course of my entire career, but especially this year has been pretty spectacular.
And more. Plus iconic performances live on the iHeart Awards stage.
Our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Awards.
Stream now on Hulu.
When you drive a vehicle so reliable it's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty, you stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Find out what you're capable of in a vehicle that inspires confidence around every corner. Lease a new 2024 Sportage LX for $269 a month for 24 months with $34.99 due at signing for well-qualified lessees. Kia, movement that inspires.
Warranties include 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain and 5-year, 60,000-mile basic. Warranties are limited. See retailer for details. Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. New 2024 Sportage LX 2.5-liter GDI 8AT FWD excludes hybrid PHEV 28,565 MSRP. MSRP includes destination handling and excludes taxes, title, registration, license fees, options, and retailer charges. No security deposit required. Actual prices set by dealer and may vary. Subject to credit approval by Kia Finance. Lessee is responsible for insurance, maintenance, repairs, 20 cents per mile over 10,000 miles a year, excess wear, and a $400 termination fee. Subject to dealer participation. Offers may not be combined except where specified. Must take delivery by 4/30/24. Limited inventory available.
With thousands of possible menu combinations, there's always a fresh way to enjoy your favorites at Get Go Cafe and Market. Dive into the Captain, Get Go's signature crispy cod with American cheese and tangy All-American sauce. And don't forget a side of hush puppies, only for a limited time. Bring your appetite for Get Go's signature wraps. Try the cheeseburger wrap, big fried chicken wrap, or green thumb plant-based nugget wrap. Download the Get Go app to order and get free tots. Use the app to track perks and find a Get Go near you. Get Go Cafe and Market. Better, believe it.
If you're looking for the most epic place on Earth, let's start at the base of a massive waterfall. Then trek through the thick jungle. Then climb to the peak of a snowy mountaintop. Then once you get there, keep going. Because with intelligent 4x4 and 7 drive modes and a Nissan Pathfinder, the search is the real adventure.
Available feature. Intelligent 4x4 cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions.
The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. For a successful stint in the great outdoors, pack accordingly. Place heavy essentials near your spine for stability in rough terrain, with light items near the bottom. Now, you may be wondering, where does the Bush Light go? In your stomach. Head for the mountains.
Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2024, Anheuser-Busch. Busch Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
It's Truck Month at your local Ram dealer, with great deals on trucks that work hard, play hard, and break every rule on what a truck should be. And right now, during Ram Truck Month, get $4,000 total bonus cash allowance on the purchase of 2024 Ram heavy-duty Bighorn and Tradesman Crew Cab pickup trucks. Take advantage of this great offer. Visit ram.com to find your local dealer and hurry in now during Ram Truck Month. Residency restrictions apply. Take retail delivery by April 30th, 2024. Ram is a registered trademark.
Every business faces challenges, but complicated, expensive, and uncertain shipping shouldn't be one of them.
With USPS Ground Advantage from the United States Postal Service, you can avoid all the noise.
No more unexpected surcharges, hidden fees, or complex rate structures.
It's just easy, cost-effective, and dependable shipping. Tune your business's frequency to success and turn shipping to your advantage. Learn how at USPS.com/advantage. USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
Protect your dream home with the